Shalom everybody, hope you're doing well, hope your week was amazing and sweet. Good things happened, and even if they didn't seem good in the moment, we're able to look back on them and see the goodness that was in them. Getting ready for a very, very special Shabbat. Right, this is the last Shabbat of the year, 5773. We're coming into a whole new year, a whole new light. So many amazing things happening right now. Want to share a few quick thoughts to hopefully bring us into Shabbat in a deeper and a brighter way. B'ezrat Hashem. So what's one thing quickly that just came into my mind is something really amazing. Rosh Hashanah is coming up just a few days. This next week, Wednesday night into Thursday, and Thursday night into Friday we have Rosh Hashanah. And Rosh Hashanah is also the first day of the new month, the first day of the month of Tishrei. And we know that the Shabbos before any Rosh Chodesh, before the first day of any new month, is a very special Shabbat. We bless the new month that's going to come, and we ask for all these great things. And there's just one month in the year that doesn't have that special blessing before it, and that's the month of Tishrei. This Shabbat, right, we don't have that special service of blessing the new month. And the question is why? Why this month of all the months don't we have this? And Reb Shlomo and many other people bring down a beautiful teaching that all the other months of the year, all the other Shabbats, before the new months, are all contained within the same year, right? But this Shabbat, we're standing in 1 year, and Rosh Hashanah, in just about 5 days, is standing in another year. How can we possibly even stand in this year and connect to the year that's coming soon, the year that's ahead? Reb Shlomo brings down that every year has its own unique light, its own unique energy, its own unique shefa that comes down from Shemayim, from heaven. Right? So we're standing in one reality right now. In Rosh Hashanah, which is just 5 days away, but it's just a completely different reality. We can't stand here, right, and try to bless that year that hasn't yet come. It's such a different light, it's such a different energy, right? So we don't even try. Right? And just, this awareness that every year is its own package, so to speak, right? With its own blessings, its own experiences, its own unique challenges that are there just to help us grow stronger and closer to truth. Right? This week's Parsha is two Parshas together, two portions together, Netzavim and Vayeilech. And without even going into the content of the Torah portions themselves, we can extract a meaningful teaching from the names of these Parshot themselves. Right? Netzavim is this language of standing, and Vayeilech is this language of moving, of walking. And it's incredible how we're reading these two Torah portions right before Rosh Hashanah. Why? Because we've had this whole month of Elul, like we spoke about last week. We've had this whole month of Elul to look inside and to look back and to look within and think about ourselves. Think about our past year. What did we do good? What did we not do so good? What do we want to fix? What do we want to leave behind? And say, that's in the past. I don't have to carry that with me into the future. And what do we want to definitely bring with us, maybe even stronger, into the future? And it's this whole month of checking in with ourselves. It's this whole month of preparation for Rosh Hashanah, this beautiful time of the year, just standing before God and standing in front of ourselves and being honest with ourselves and really, 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 trying to become even better people. But this last Shabbos before Rosh Hashanah is like the height of all that. It's the most special of them all. And the language of just the names of these Torah portions is so fitting, is so descriptive of this time. Netzavim, stand, pause, stop, stand, right? Take the time, litbonen, litboded, to look deeper, to give some time for yourself, to think about, check in with yourself, talk to yourself, talk to God. Just stop running. The whole year you've been running, just stop, right? Stand, be quiet, look within, look around. Take it all in, right? And when you're done doing that, when you feel like you've done enough of that, Vayeilech, yalla, let's go, lech, move on. Let's move on in a new way. Let's get ready. Let's get ready for Rosh Hashanah. We're going to walk into this new year with such spirit, with such hopes, with such positive energy. Reb Shlomo says so often, we'll hopefully, talk about Rosh Hashanah in a few days, next week. But he says so often people think Rosh Hashanah and this whole month getting up to Rosh Hashanah is a time to be sad and depressed, oh, I'm such a horrible person going to Rosh Hashanah, sorry Hashem, I'm such a bad person. It's lehefech, the opposite. It's so not that. It's talking about we're coming into this unbelievable meeting between us and the Creator of all life. Right? We get to have this special, sweet moment with just us and the divine creator. Right? It's not about like, yes, there's awe and there's love and there's all these different emotions, mixed together. But so often we mistakenly think that we should be like trembling and like scared. Right? But it's like we're coming home. Rosh Hashanah is like we're coming home, and the Shabbos is already a taste of Rosh Hashanah. Every Shabbat before a holiday already begins to bring down the energy, the feel of that holiday, and already the Shabbat we're able to taste a little bit, even though we already said like it's hard to like reach beyond into next year, but there's something coming out already. We're able to taste, right, that sweet glow of Rosh Hashanah, right, and using the words of this week's Torah portion, Netzavim and Vayeilech, to stand, to stop, to look, to think, to give ourselves that time, and then when we're ready, yalla, let's move on. Right? It's so powerful, so strong. It's the last Shabbat of the year, and we should use it in such a beautiful, deep way. And the last that I want to share with you is that Rosh Hashanah is the anniversary of creation, but not the first day of creation, actually the sixth day of creation, the creation of human beings. That's where the story for us really begins. So this year, right, Rosh Hashanah falls out on Yom Chamishi, on the fifth day of the week. And if you count back, that means that this Shabbat that we're coming into in just a little bit is the first day of creation. Right? So this Shabbat we're tapping into the anniversary of the first day of creation, like where everything's just beginning, everything's just taking shape and form. Right? And we learn, we say many times in our Shabbos davening, that Shabbat is Zecher L'Maaseh Bereshit. It's a remembrance to the act of creation. Right? Every Shabbos of the year, and especially this Shabbos, the last Shabbos, and especially this last Shabbos of the year, which this year falls on like the anniversary of the creation of that first day of creation, we have this ability to really tap into that Zecher L'Maaseh Bereshit. We really tap into that Shabbos this day is bringing us back, bringing our mindset, our headspace back to the beginning of it all, where the vision for everything was just being formed. Right? The future was already known, right? And we can see how everything would pan out. But all that potential, right, was not yet realized. And we can go back into that place, right, and connect to that original vision for the world, right, and for ourselves. And think about, like, how am I doing? How am I doing personally with, bringing that vision to life, right? And the Shabbos will and B'ezrat Hashem could and will, give us the extra strength, the extra tools, the extra motivation, the extra and spiritual uplift to connect to that vision, right? And the ability to manifest that vision again for ourselves and for the entire world, right? In our lifetimes this year and in the new year that's coming up so soon. B'ezrat Hashem. Sending lots of love and light and blessing from the land of Israel. This should be an amazing last Shabbat of the year. Lots of love. Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos.